This video is about how to create lasting change in your life. I'll explain how you can create lasting positive change for your life and your future. To find out more, please stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education and entertainment. If you're new here, please hit the like button and turn your life around with our sponsor, BetterHelp. The link is in the description below. Myself and millions of others around the world are living proof that you can create positive change for your life. Here's a little bit of background of me and what I used to be like. I was a gambler for 14 years. I was stuck in a toxic relationship with a narcissist. I lacked confidence. I had really bad social anxiety. I never used to have muscle. I was weak. I had no strength. I never had the self-esteem to stand up for myself or for others. I had no idea how to make money for myself in my own business. Yes, whilst others influenced me and gave me the inspiration to make lasting change, everything was originally done by me. Becoming sober was one of the hardest things to do, especially when I wanted to be free of my addiction so bad. I remember I used to cry at a casino, playing slot machines, losing my money, and saying to myself, I just want to be rid of this pain. I felt the same way dating my ex-narcissist, where the relationship was so toxic, I'd say I just wanted out, but I had no idea how to do so. I could barely lift up a dumbbell. I used to be so weak until I started training consistently in the gym. I finally found my voice. I was not afraid to tell people how I felt in an honest, constructive way, especially if they were hurting me. I've successfully been self-employed for 12 years, one of the best decisions of my life. I'm not saying this to brag, but to show you that I and many others can make changes. And even when I thought to myself, how the hell am I going to end a 14-year gambling addiction, and I saw no light at the end of the tunnel, I still managed to do it, and now I'm clean and sober. With absolutely no desire to gamble again. But of course, if you are suffering, please always seek professional medical advice. Anyone can change if they truly desire and want to. It can't be half-assed. It needs to be 100%. You need to be committed to making that change. You're ready to turn your life around, hopefully for the better, when you decide to make a change. Now, if that sounds like you, let us begin with finally making that lasting change for the better and for a better future overall. It took the pandemic and the lockdowns, etc., for me to realize that life is seasonal and we must wish to be better, but not for things to be easier. During the first lockdown in the UK, my dad died at the age of 62. A pain that will haunt me and I'll be burdened with for the rest of my days. As we mourned him in a lockdown, trying to process what was going on, I remember a dear friend saying to me, "Don't worry, better days are coming." I thought that was insensitive at first, but she said, "Right now you can't see a light at the end of the tunnel, but it gets easier. Trust me, life is like the seasons." She was spot on. Life is like spring, summer, fall/autumn, winter, where it comes and goes. As the song by Frank Sinatra says, you're riding high in April, shot down in May, then back on top in June if you play your cards right. As I record this video, she was right. 15 so months later, since my dad died, things have gotten easier. The better days have come. Before I was stuck in a hole of misery and despair. Every day felt the same. There was no improvement, no way out. What's this got to do with creating lasting change? In my opinion, for the better and brighter days to come, we must take personal responsibility. No matter how much I wish for a better tomorrow, the more I continued to gamble, the more I was stuck in misery. So to truly embrace and experience better days, I had to change. I had to become sober and remain sober. Almost instantly, by doing so and saying goodbye to my addiction, the sun shone brighter on me. I felt financially and spiritually richer than ever before. I was rid of the pain with a spring in my step, saying, "My God, I no longer go to sleep anxious about gambling. 2 years since that change, and even having to deal with difficult things such as losing my dad, I still never gambled. But if I did, I would have been worse off. The same went from leaving my toxic relationship. Dating began fun again. I knew what to look for, and I had grown and become happier as a result. Naturally, I hoped and prayed for better days. But those days would never come if it wasn't for me learning from my past, learning that not to be with toxic people, and to be rid of my addiction. Life is seasonal, but you need to make the change so you can embrace and enjoy those better days. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you are enjoying this video. The next way to create lasting change is to find out what your purpose is. I know this is easier said than done, but plays a real big part in your improvement and growth as a person. What's your life goals? What is it you genuinely want to achieve in life? I have personal life goals, but I also have professional goals, which sort of marry together. The way I used to be, and the things and people I cut out of my life, aka the changes I made, were in pursuit of my purposes. My purpose in life is to chase my goals, and I've got a lot of them. One of my goals is to become financially independent. I have a figure in mind I want to achieve, and an idea of how to get there. So gambling, throwing my money away, was counterintuitive and a hindrance to my target. How am I going to save and invest money wisely if I'm going to blow it all in the casino? Hence why my purpose and goal inspired me against other things to change. I also have the desire, like everyone, to be in a happy, healthy, loving relationship, with the aim hopefully one day to have children and a family of my own. Emphasis on healthy and happy, which nobody will ever receive with any sort of toxic person, like a narcissist. Staying in the mother of all toxic relationships would have never given me my goal of a loving family. It would have meant that I married the narcissist, and it would have ended in tears. So I had to walk away, do the healing and work on myself in order to improve and attract a better suited partner for me, and ultimately my purpose and goal. In fact, through my breakup, through my pain and grief, I had the inspiration for this very channel, the SCG Show. I said to myself in 2019, what if others are in similar situations like me around the world? They need that guidance, that inspiration to make that change. I set up the channel and the blog to help other people and provide value. I know I may be repeating myself, but the SCG Show is one of my proudest achievements to date. And it sort of marries well with my purpose, as it has become a part of my business as well. The SCG Show was born out of making a positive change. So ask yourself those questions. Find your purpose. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, BetterHelp. The link is in the description below. When you decide to make a change, you take the steps to do so. So remember, slow and steady always wins the race. Rome, no matter how beautiful it is, was never built in a day. Things take time, test patience, our nerve, and much more. It is not necessarily about willpower, but the education as to what triggers us maybe. It could be insecurity, anxiety, depression, naivety that makes us want to stay where we are in life and not change. I'll never forget the first week actually of walking away and cutting contact with the ex-narcissist I dated. I was an emotional wreck. Yes, despite me walking away, I was hurting. I needed to grieve the loss. I foolishly said, I'm not cut out for being single. I hate it. If I don't find someone soon, maybe I should just go back to her. Thank God I didn't. And I was single for a long time, in a lockdown, isolating, and grieving my dad. To survive all that, and all things that would normally trigger me to want affection and attention, and still not go back, is commendable. But each day got easier, time was a great healer, and I'm happy to be dating again, and now in a fulfilling, loving relationship. Seriously, I got so excited to be dating again, and avoiding the toxic people because I know the red flags. As I said at the beginning of this video, it may be awfully hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I get that. I didn't see it. But if you remember that life is like the seasons, especially if you make the change and embrace the unknown with open arms and confidence, and if you stick to your purpose or at least find out what it is, eventually, slowly and gradually, you will be sat or stood somewhere in awe of what you have overcome and achieved. I mean, just last week, I sat down on my sofa watching a film with my new girlfriend, who I love and I'm so happy with. If I can do it, just think what you can do. Slow and steady always wins the race. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, here's some more content you might be interested in.